Hey everyone, so I am working on another lily top. The pattern is by Passionate Kelsey, and I got it off of Etsy a while back. The pattern is really well written. One of the biggest struggles that I came across when I first doing it or first tried it was doing the single crochet in the back bump. But we've been really productive lately. I finished a top yesterday, and I tried my hand at some tapestry crochet right here. I've learned that I need some practice on making rounded shapes in pixels because the D looks a little wonky. I don't like it. I don't like the D. But for my first attempt, I am pretty pleased with it, actually. So I finished that yesterday. I finished another top yesterday. I am working on a top right now. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. I think I was hoping I was almost over whatever this cold crap is, but it would appear to be kind of hanging on a little bit. So that's less than pleasant. Get over here. I'm using for this top, it's called Beach House, and it's by Peaches and Cream. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. I thought it would be cute when I looked at it on the roll, but now I'm not so sure. And my row counter is currently occupied by my phone, so I need to keep track of my rows, so that way I can add it when I'm done. So at work the other day, I told one of my coworkers, I was like, Leo, grass is unethical. And he just looked at me, because at this point he's kind of used to my BS and like the weird stuff I say, like strange facts about dolphins and why I refuse to go swimming in the ocean with dolphins. Because I don't care how majestic and pretty they are, and I don't care how Lisa Frank made them look so fun in the 90s, which she absolutely did. That's beside the point. But I will not go swimming in the ocean with dolphins. Will not do it. And, hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this dye lot is a good dye lot. $30. It feels a lot tougher than the other one that I did. Like, not tougher. More rope-like, maybe? It's definitely much more textured than before. Anyway, so I told him, I was like, Leo, grass is unethical. It's immoral. And he goes, okay. Why? And so I was like, well, it's the #1 crop in America, but it does absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm sure some people compost. We compost our grass clippings, but most of the time it ends up in a dump, and that people use so many chemicals, you don't want to just collect your neighbor's grass without knowing for sure, so you're not putting it directly on your garden, because you don't want that pesticides and herbicides on your garden and then it wrecks your garden. What'd you spend? And he was like, okay, that sounds a little bad. I was like, and we waste a ton of water watering our lawns, and we're getting nothing out of it. And he was like, okay, that's fair enough. I was like, but besides that, I was like, it's classist. I was like, the whole point of a lawn is to show that you have either all of the free time in the world, meaning that you've made enough money at some point that you don't have to work as long of hours to provide for your family, so you can spend that time on your lawn. It's like, or you have enough money that you can pay for someone to spend that much time on your lawn. Either way, the average person that I know of, okay, because I don't know a lot of rich people, I know a lot of poor people. We're talking bougie taste on baloney budgets here, okay? A lot of the people that I know have neither the free time nor the extra money to spend on it. Or if they have, like one person I know, they have free time to spend on their lawn, but they also don't do as much to help out with the upbringing of the shared children. And in this situation, both adults do work full time. So this is not a matter of, well, one parent is a stay-at-home parent. Both parents work full-time hours. But the one would simply rather spend all of their time on their lawn. And that means, again, that someone else is having to pick up the brunt of the workload elsewhere. And yeah, I also told him, I was like, besides all of that, most of our lawns are not made from indigenous grasses. They are made from grasses from other places, so they're not as drought resistant. Like here in Nebraska, they're not very drought resistant grasses. And they're not good for local pollinators. I was like, we should switch to either using local grasses only or forget grasses entirely and find something else out that is better for local pollinators. In the end, he did agree with me. He goes, that's actually a really good point. He goes, I have to do more research into it, but he goes, that's a pretty fair point, actually. He goes, I have nothing but asphalt around my house. Well, we live in an asphalt world, unfortunately. And again, Leo does work all the time, so he does not have the free time to maintain a lawn, indigenous or otherwise. I'm really hoping that I end up liking this color scheme as it works out. This colorway. I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest. So today is March 16th. And the dogs are wound up. But because tomorrow is they're wound up because of my husband. So tomorrow's St. Patty's Day, and because tomorrow is a Monday, we are having our corned beef and cabbage for supper tonight instead, because we have the time to make it. And we do corned beef and cabbage every year. It was my mom's favorite dish. I say it was. It is my mom's favorite dish. I do not live with my mother anymore, though, so that's why I said was. And I really like corned beef and cabbage. So we have corned beef and cabbage. We actually usually have it a couple of times a year. We don't just have it on St. Patrick's Day. Or right around St. Patrick's Day. But my mother's birthday is also St. Patty's Day. So she'll be turning 26 tomorrow. Because, yeah. Again. Anyway, so we like to have the corned beef and cabbage. It's just a fun thing to do. We do fried cabbage. And my youngest is actually going to be the one learning how to fry it up tonight. So we're pretty excited about that. Alright, well, I think what I will do is I will throw together a couple of time lapses in here and talk to you guys on the flip side in a second. Let me get these 3 stitches counted. That way I can mark it. Okay, I thought I would change the view a little bit. I am trying my hand at another tapestry crochet. I had a little bit of a minor mental breakdown. It happens. I was diagnosed with bipolar type 2 back in January, and it's still a little bit of a learning curve for me, and some things really set me off. I am taking my medication regularly, but I do know typically if one bad thing happens and we can't catch it in time, and I see because sometimes I don't realize that something has affected me as negatively, but my family members might. So if we don't catch it in time and try to reverse it or balance it out or kind of deal with it head on, then things tend to start spiraling a little bit. And then one bad thing on top of another inconvenient thing on top of another slightly more inconvenient thing just kind of continues on and turns into this massive snowball. So my husband went and got me some scooters because he is awesome and wonderful. And he really is way more patient with me than what I think I deserve. And I am working on this. This was a free pattern. I just typed in free tapestry patterns, and I want to say it was Destiny Patterns, but I printed that off, and that is what I am working on right now. So I thought I would work on it with you guys for a little bit. I am doing pink and black because this is what I have left of this. This is the only roll that I have. I have no idea where this roll magically appeared from. It is called Grenadine, and I have not seen this hot pink anywhere else. And I mean, it is a hot pink. So I'm going to be working on that. And I thought you guys would like to work on it a little bit with me. This will have been only the second tapestry pattern I have ever attempted. And I learned quite a bit from the first one that I did, that Ed that you saw in a previous clip. So yeah, and I'll probably time lapse you guys through this part, but yeah, let's do that. That one was a short time lapse, but I thought that I would kind of walk you through how I am doing it right now. Like I said, this is only my second project, and I'm using the graph for it. So I just color pencil the row after I finished it. Now, obviously, the colored pencil does not show up on the boot part here. And then I go through and I count my squares. And I don't know that you can see on here in the camera, but I can lift it up and I can see, I don't know if that'll show up or not, but I can see when it has been written on the boot part for me. And so that's how I keep track of what colors I need to do where on here, especially since I'm not using like stitch fiddle or anything like that. So let's get started. And it's an odd number row, so we are on the right side. Let me undo that a little bit. Okay, real quick, because I'm going to take a break after this row. So I have really long floats, and I know you're not supposed to do that. This is my second tapestry project though, and I'm not sure how to not have long floats. And the problem with having long floats is that if you're not careful, you'll make them shorter than the space, and then your project will pucker up. So I just spent a little bit of time making sure that this float right here, this top pink one, did not go over what it's supposed to, and so that way it won't pucker the project when I'm done with it. So I am just about ready to finish this. Let me catch that one. And so far, so good. We have the bottom of the boot coming together. I'm pretty excited. I know what it's supposed to look like, so I can see it, but I don't know if everyone else can see it. But yeah, so I am now done officially with row number 7. I only have 50 more rows to go before I'm done with this. So I've got a little bit of time to go. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break, walk around, check laundry, apologize for my bad behavior, and yeah, we'll see how that part goes. Ta-ta for now.